I was vegan from the age of, let's say, like 15 to 18.
What? You were doing it to get laid.
I was doing it because I was really into Earth Crisis, and I listened to all these different straight edge hardcore bands, and they kind of brainwashed me into thinking that eating animals was wrong.
Oh my God.
And also, when I say that I was vegan, I do believe I was eating cheese for like the majority of this 3 years, but at some point I wasn't. So it's blurry. But I was some form of vegetarian or vegan for like 3-4 years.
And I know you were a cock about it. Like, I know you put on a mask and went into a butcher shop and cold cocked somebody.
I burned down a McDonald's.
Meat is murder! Meat is murder! Ronald McDonald will hang for his war crimes.
No, I would go to the Nashua Walk of Fame, and when people were walking down the red carpet in their fur coats and stuff, I would throw a bucket of ketchup on them and get that whole PETA clout going. PETA actually sent me the money for the ketchup.
It's expensive.
This is a lie, but then towards the end of that like 3 year period, because I was also riding bikes during that time period. A lot, like going out riding, 8 hours a day, whatever. And my fucking body, like I could just tell that my muscles were just not repairing themselves in anywhere close to enough time, you know? And then I started eating like fish at first, and then it pretty quickly became every other meat. And, just like instantaneously, it was like, oh, my recovery time went from like a couple days to like, I felt great every day.
Your Smith grind to manual. You found you could manual for at least 25 extra feet.
Listen, you're riding around that much. I was just dying. Like my body was just like not able to handle it.
It doesn't make much sense to me logically that when humans evolved, because the majority of human history wasn't humans going around smoking cigarettes, driving automobiles. It was us in huts, raping and killing each other, and eating buffalo.
And I told you about the show Alone, right?
Yeah.
Where they go out into the woods.
Yeah.
When you watch that show, you start to realize like just how implausible being vegan is. Because fish and like deer and shit on that show are like the prime, the best thing that could possibly happen to you is to catch a big ass fish and get to eat like 1,000 calories worth of protein and fat from that fish. It's like the best thing. And then meanwhile though, you will see some women. I saw a woman on one episode of the show one season of the show who was, I think, vegan in her normal life. But then she goes in the show, she's willing to eat fish and everything to survive. But she was very, very in tune with like getting all these different like vegetables out of the ground and stuff like that. But when you were seeing the calories, it was pathetic. You have to eat an astonishing amount of vegetables and fruit to hit like even the most basic calorie limits, dude.
And they would transform, I bet, once they got that fish. Once they threw a stick and it killed a rabbit, like the vitality and energy vibrating through their body. I mean, think about it. Denying yourself meat when for, I don't know, Mikey over there, how's your anthropology? How long were humans evolving for before written civilization and history happened? Fucking hundreds of thousands?
Millions of years.
A long fucking time, dude.
A long time.
And that's like, those are the people that make their cats go vegan. It would be like at the zoo. If you went to a tiger exhibit and found out that it was eating only oatmeal and tofu, you would have the person in charge of that lion hung.
And when you look at animals that don't eat meat, like I think pandas and shit, the amount of those, what are those things? Those fucking green stalks that they're always eating?
Eucalyptus?
What?
Bamboo.
They eat the most insane amount of that shit on a daily basis. And there have been vegans I've known throughout my life, in particular back during the BMX days when fucking veganism was like a real trend and you would meet a lot of people who were vegan. They would have to eat astonishing amounts of fucking vegetables and salads and shit in order to like actually be able to be an active person.
So this vegan with you at the porn awards was just more French fries, please. Endless stream of those coming out.
Yeah, sure.